So good morning everyone, and yeah, it is early. It's 6:30 in the morning, 37, and sunrise will be in 15 minutes. So again, I'm a little bit tight on time. So let me just grab my stuff, get going, and explain you on the way what I have planned for today. All right, so what I have planned for today is, first of all, a sunrise location. So checking out new places in the area. So, well, being still new to the northern parts of Germany, everything is quite new for me here. So I wanted to check out a specific lake for today. And yeah, I want to have some nice sunrise shot, maybe with a little path leading into the lake, maybe with some boats. But it's pretty difficult here. Everything is like gated off, so these are private accesses to the water. And yeah, I hope that I can reach one before the sun rises, which will be in a couple of minutes already. So yeah, need to move quickly, or just use this spot maybe. So this could actually be a nice spot because I think that the sun will rise somewhere here. So yeah, I think I will do that. Let me get my stuff, get geared up, and let's have a look. This is my composition. I set up my camera here, and yeah, I'm focusing on the building and on the island here in the distance, and I think that the sun will rise somewhere here. So this should be, yeah, I think a nice spot for the sun actually. I'm not 100% sure with this composition, and there's another photo spot just a couple of meters into that direction. But yeah, first I want to grab a shot with the first light, and then when the sun is out, I'm going to this other location. It's just a couple of meters, and yeah. And as you can see, maybe the lake is a little bit frozen, so I hope that this really comes out on the image. I think so, and if not, then with some editing I think I can manage. So yeah, now the light needs to arrive. After the sun went up, I moved around a little bit, and here's what I captured. Alright, so I moved around a little bit and captured some nice shots, I hope. And now I'm just circling a little bit and going up and down this little path on the side of the lake to see if there are any more compositions to take. But the sunrise, yeah, it happened basically. So as you can see, the sun is already pretty high up, and the light is getting a little bit more intense. So yeah. Alright, so for me now, this means to circle a little bit and check out the place in general. It's my first time being here, so I have absolutely no idea if there are any other compositions worth to take. And yeah, it's still pretty early, so I thought, well, let's check out this place a little bit more and then probably get something to eat. So every now and then there are some animals, some ducks and also some swans And yeah, so I figured I'd take out the long lens and try to capture something. Alright, so I get the feeling that this location is more about photographing birds than photographing landscapes. So what do I mean by that this location is not really a landscape photography location? Well, normally you would need a central subject, so some kind of anchor that the image is about and that the eye can always get back to. So you need an anchor so that the eye can move around the picture and then get always back to the anchor again. And this is not true for every kind of landscape photography image. So when you have some images that are about patterns and repetition and structure, then you don't need a central subject. But for those more big vistas or landscape photography shots in a traditional way, I guess, then you should have a central subject. And here I can't find any. And it's also not really about structure and repetition. So I might just have a look at the scene behind me and try for a calm shot. But yeah, I think it will just be missing the central subject of interest. All right, so I already burned through one of 3 batteries for my camera. I guess the cold is not very good for my devices. Also the gimbal is already showing signs of weakness, although I charged everything yesterday. But yeah, so I guess that's it for the morning session. So let me get back to the car, get something to eat, and we'll pick up after that. All right, and here we are. And yeah, I did change clothes, and the day has changed actually. So after the sunrise location, I went to 2 other locations. But yeah, in the first one, the conditions weren't right. In the second one, the beach was actually closed off, so it was inaccessible. So I was really frustrated, and I went home. And yeah, so now I came back to yet another location to do some sunset photography. And yeah, let's check that out. All right, so here's my subject, and as you can see, the colors are already very nice actually, and it's still quite 45 minutes or something like that to sunset. And yeah, I guess that is because it is raining a little bit, just a tiny bit. And that's the time when you want to get out and take some photographs, because when it rains, the sunset afterwards is just incredible. And now you can see actually the rain here, maybe also hear it. So yeah, I think might be this cloud above me. So I might just take some time to get out the camera gear and have a look around, because I need to figure out a composition here. So the thing with the composition here actually is that the frame is a little bit unbalanced. There's a lot of things going on the left hand side, so all those branches here, while the right hand side is a little bit more empty. So this is an unbalanced composition. So let me just get a little bit more to the right here and see. Yeah, I think I need to isolate a little bit more the windmill and get something like this here. And I have this tree branch here creeping in, so I have to be aware of that. So maybe something like this. Maybe I can go a little bit further. But yeah, I think this is a nice composition actually. So I think I need to wait for the rain to pass a little bit and then grab my stuff and prepare. Oh, there's actually some thunder. Wow, all right. So this could be very interesting actually. So I might get lucky or very wet. It's one or the other, I guess. But yeah, let me tell you something about location scouting, because Location scouting is, well, it's very crucial to have a good place in mind where you can go and photograph once the conditions are right. I didn't really have a problem with that before coming to the northern parts of Germany, so I know the area where I grew up in, and I have no problem of finding nice spots and compositions. But here in the north I have zero idea what is available to me. So I don't want to spend hours and hours going through Google Maps and checking out locations there. So I used the app Location Scout. So and if you don't know this app, Location Scout is an app for user-generated content. So the users actually, when you are in a location, you take a photograph, you can upload it there with the information about the location itself, some information about when's the best time, how many people are there. And it's really, really great to get an idea of what there is to photograph when you are in a new location or on holiday, something like that. So this comes with a big disadvantage, obviously. And one of them is that you really are chasing photographs. Oh, the sun is coming out. Ah, damn it. I wanted to talk about location scouting, but I think I need to act. At this moment, I needed to act very quick, and I wasn't able to film, but here are my images from this first incredible light. Alright, so let me show you my composition. And I will just brighten that up a little bit so you can see the borders. And they are pretty clean. I have this tree branch creeping in, but this is something very easy to get rid of in Lightroom. And yeah, I think it's more or less clean here. There's a little, so this thing here that I just need to move a little bit out of the way. And yeah, in this position, as you can see, the structure in the cloud is actually pretty nice. So let me just focus there. I want a exposure bracket. So it's always good shooting against the sun to use an exposure bracketing to make sure that you have all the dynamic range that you need when editing. And yeah, now the rain is coming again. So let me just get the lens cap, and just moving around. So with the it's a little bit slippery here, so I need to be aware of that. The wind is picking up now actually. Just closing off so no raindrops are coming in. And yeah, I really hope that those clouds will pass and I will get another chance of some light. So it was really fast, and yeah, I hope that the light isn't gone yet and it still will kick off again. So let me continue about the location scouting. So as I said, I'm using Location Scout as an app, and one of those big disadvantages is that you are chasing other photographers' images, and now it's really coming down. So it's really hectic. As you can see, the wind is picking up quite heavily, and my camera is just a little bit exposed maybe, but yeah, it's okay. Ooh, now it's coming down even more. Oof. Alright, so the rain has stopped, and this was funny. But yeah, so now the sun needs to come out. The cloud structure is pretty nice, but my gear got a little bit wet, and I don't have something to get off the moisture. Just have this little thing here. So yeah, learn from my mistakes if you're watching this. And yeah, I think I'm going to compose something now, but also another thing that makes it difficult, it's gotten slippery. I mean, look at that. That's pretty amazing. this is pretty nice actually, also with the clouds. So yeah, and it looks like this on camera. So let's just get the focus here. All right, again, exposure bracketing. All those extra shots, a very bright one, very dark one, to stitch them together afterwards. And yeah, I'm with f10, ISO 100. I want this low ISO, and this is the shot for now. So let me try again to talk about location scouting. And yeah, as I said before, I'm using Location Scout, the app, for that. And yeah, the disadvantages are that you are copying other photographers. So you're not really bringing your own fingerprint to a certain location if you just use the app to do the exact photographs that have already been done. But this can also be a good exercise actually. So you can just take a picture of the same thing that already has been photographed and compare your version with with a very popular version of the place, and then compare your image with that and see what you like, where are the differences, what is in your hand, what is out of your control, like atmosphere, light, stuff like that. I need to take a picture because it's really nice right now. And yeah, and also it limits your creativity. So when you go into a location and you already have a pre-constructed idea of what exactly you're going to photograph, then you're just having eyes for this, and potentially conditions will not be as you have seen in other images, and you will be maybe disappointed, and you're missing out on all the other things that you could photograph in this location. So how I use Location Scout, which I think is a very good thing to do, is I go on the map, I go on the app or the website, go to the map and look for spots or locations on the map where there are a lot of photo spots. And then I look at those images and get an idea about the landscape and the potential of the landscape. So is it just a single image of a certain thing? Or is it several images of the same thing? Or are there actually different images in close proximity of different things? And if that is the case, then I choose a hike around that using a book or using another app for planning hikes. And then I just explore this area. But then I know that I'm going to this area and I probably will get a picture out of it. And yeah, I don't have a lot of time available, so I really need to maximize every time that I go out to new locations, and want to take some photographs. So that's what I'm doing here. So yeah, this is actually one of those examples where there isn't actually a hike around here. So I have looked for that and there isn't any. And I was driving around a little bit, and yeah, it's everywhere, it's private land, so you can't really go in there, and there are no trails. So yeah, I'm here photographing this location that I found on Location Scout, and I very much like it. And there's no shame in getting to a location and taking a photograph of something that has been photographed before. It's good practice, and if the image is nice and you like it, then so what? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this approach, if you have other approaches, because location scouting is a very interesting subject, and yeah, there are a lot of different ways to approach it, I guess. I guess that's it for this video. It was a little bit difficult to make this video. Some challenges on the way. So learn from my mistakes and do it better, be better prepared, bring everything that you need and check everything that you need. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure. And if you did, then please like this video. You could also support the channel and subscribe to it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.